The round table.
Gentlemen,
Aye.
let's broaden our minds.
Lay on, gentlemen, and let them know what's what. Fire at will.
It's time for action, gentlemen.
Gentlemen of the round table.
Well, what's the topic of discussion?
Civility, gentlemen. Always civility.
Good to go with it?
Yeah!
What changed? Jackie, play.
I thought it was time for screaming.
Yeah.
It's for scream time.
Okay.
Welcome to the Screaming Roundtable of Gentlemen.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm Jackie Zebrowski, and I'm here to fucking pray for you dick twat pieces of shit.
Fine, do it!
It is the week of Thanksgiving. Who gives a fuck? I'm glad it's almost over. And I'm really happy this year that I've got snap shirts.
I don't think it is almost over. It's
Opens
Sunday.
right up.
Are you showing me your breasts? What the fuck, Jack? The breasts just fell out of her shirt. You can't flash the Lord.
I got snaps on my shirt, Lord, and it's all for you. And
Lord, buy her a shirt with buttons. What is wrong
all
with
the
you?
buttons on all my other shirts popped off.
Yeah,
I got fat this year, Lord. Thank you so much for that. And I'm hoping to get fatter. Amen.
Yeah. Can't get much fatter than the round table of gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, Eddie?
Pound
What were
for
you going to
pound,
say?
the heaviest podcast.
Pound for pound.
Absolutely. All right, who's everybody here? We got you are there.
Jackie, I'm Ed. How you doing?
Holden McNeely, chicken bones.
Good job, buddy.
Why, Holden?
Turkey bones.
Chicken bones.
I don't know.
Yeah, man, Kevin Barnett. That's it. Let's do it.
God, you're so great and amazing, Kevin. And then as soon as it's funny because you hear Holden talking, you're like, I hate life. And then when you hear Kevin talking, you're like, wow, it's okay.
It's the whole reason he's after Holden. So
Yeah,
people
exactly.
don't turn off the show.
Vote for me for mayor.
All right, and then I'm Ben there, and we got Dan Wilbur sitting in. Thank you, Dan.
Hello.
Chuckle Hutton, and Dan, what's the name of that book you wrote and the website that people can like look at it and shit?
It's called How Not to Read. It tells you how to never read books again. And it's betterbooktitles.com. Boners.
And how is it? So it's a book on telling you how not to read other books.
Yeah.
How's it selling?
You know.
Bad.
Not good.
Isn't it
guys,
immediately forced to self-destruct?
I'm here. So I'm here promoting it. So, and this is on NPR, right?
Yeah.
You guys talking about NPR?
Definitely.
And I must say, in order to promote it, he did buy us 3 6-packs of Bud Heavies.
18! Thank you, Dan Wilbur. One of the greatest books.
Shout out to Budweiser. Read a book and drink a Bud.
Dan, are you going to release it on audio?
Sure. If you'll read it.
Yeah,
I'll read it on audio.
I'll read it and add whatever. If you drunkenly read it, I'll submit that to them as the
I think that
audio
sounds
book.
great. Yeah, whatever you want me to drunkenly do, I will do drunkenly.
The audio for your book is just you over and over going, stop reading.
Why are you reading this?
Don't read.
Stop it.
All right, and then the girl.
Down the newspaper.
It's just by the time it comes out, it'll be like, please buy my next book.
It's a CD. All right, and then of course Amber. I feel like you feel alone. Amber Nelson, a roundtable favorite, and the most beautiful woman that's ever graced this place, next to Jackie Zebrowski. It's real equals over here.
Yeah, she's sitting right next to you.
Yeah.
That's right. It's a real hot roundtable corner.
Well, you know.
I'm number 2, real duty. Our God is an awesome God, everybody.
Wow. Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amber.
That's my uncle's ringtone.
Oh, God.
Isn't that nice?
He's a horrible person.
And of course, that guy talking is the newsman Marcus Parks. Marcus, what stories do you got for us this week?
A 74-year-old woman has been found dismembered in her California home with her husband, described by neighbors as a notorious cross-dresser in the community, arrested in connection to the grisly crime. Police say it was an overpowering smell pouring from the Oceanside home that prompted neighbors of Anna Maria and Frederick Hengel, 68, to alert them to the residence on Friday.
Marcus, what does death smell like?
I mean, do you want like an approximation or do you want like a sound?
Multiple things that it smells like.
Both.
Compared.
Let's get an approximation and a sound.
Yeah, an approximation of what death smells like. I would say, have you ever, like, how close have you gotten to Ben?
Oh, very.
What? How did this turn into a Ben joke? That's where baloney jokes go to Ed. What the fuck is that?
During the lonely nights. Yeah. Very close.
Death smells like if you put Ben's underwear on is like a hat and a mask.
Well,
Well,
go
I wanna-
hiking.
no, I
And
wanna
they go
clarify-
hiking for 3 hours.
My underwear is full of life. It's full of life. So that's bullshit, Eddie.
Ew,
There's
you
fungus
feel
and a
like
whole bunch of
bacteria?
different things.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Splooge in your underwear?
Oh my god, I have cummed in a lot of underwear and then been like, oh, well, it smells fine, but it doesn't.
Back to the story. I like that this person is a notorious cross-dresser.
Oh.
And not just a regular
That's
cross-dresser.
the thing. You get the theory that there's probably another house husband who's also a cross-dresser who's like, nobody notices me. How many dresses do I have to wear before I'm the notorious cross-dresser?
I didn't think that cross-dressers would be strong enough to chop a woman apart.
Well,
I'm actually pretty surprised.
Well, the story continues. By Friday morning, the smell had grown absolutely unbearable, prompting a neighbor to report it. Entering the home, police discovered what remained of Mrs. Heigl, whom they said had been dead for at least 1 day. Arrested outside a downtown bar was her 68-year-old husband, with police questioning neighbors on possible power tools or heavy machinery heard coming from the home as of late. Quote, I just thought it was somebody working in their garage, neighbor Nancy Wells, one of the several who confirmed such sounds.
Well, she wasn't wrong.
Yeah, he was working.
In addition
hard to do.
In addition to the loud sounds, Mr. Chavez said Hengel had shown a particular attachment to his trash cans of late. Quote, the man was taking his trash cans back and forth. He's been going around the block, up and around, taking pieces of her and putting them in the trash can. Going around the block? I don't know, he guessed. This is horrible reporting.
I just couldn't. I can't believe he was able to do all that in stilettos. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah. Adding to his and others' concern, Mrs. Hengel hadn't been seen for roughly a month. It was an irregularity, they said, because of the kind of bizarre show she regularly put on for people on the street. Quote, my neighbor was just telling me she'd chase her down the street with a knife, or she'd have her clothes off, pants down. You could tell she was a little bit out of it.
So she needed to go.
Yeah,
So this is a couple with it's a tranny dude and then the woman that would just
It's
run
a
around with
tranny
a butcher
dude.
knife naked?
Yeah, well, she'd stand there, feed the birds, talk to folks walking by, and her pants would fall.
Did they meet
She
on some
didn't
sort of-
seem to notice, ever.
Did they meet on some sort of like serial killer OK Cupid site or something like that? How did they find each other?
Man, it's best to just kill this woman, I believe.
You think so?
Yeah, you kill her. And you know what?
I love
Sounds
the
like you were like-
attorney approach. that you
Exactly.
took
I
to it.
wanted to imagine him like on trial, like in a like as a specialist. Like,
When you get a woman like this, it's always best to just, stick a knife in her throat.
Right,
the jury's all yes, absolutely. I
Yeah,
agree.
it definitely sounded like you said that while wearing a suit.
I don't say anything wearing suits. Because I don't have any suits.
That's right. That's the major problem, man. Yes,
Just you get a suit out of it.
And anytime I
I
put it
raped
on,
the girl, as
Yeah.
long as you get a suit from it, then it's fine.
Every time Eddie puts a tie on, it immediately just curls right up. It's really bizarre. It's like it's repulsed. Fancy clothes are repulsed by it.
It's
It
like
makes
one of
this
those.
noise, yeah.
It's like one of those trick dickies with a little with the pull tie on it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it makes the noise whoop every time.
I was around shopping today, and some guy had a specialty shop.
What were you shopping for, Eddie?
Whatever my little cousin wanted to shop for.
And handcuffs, always handcuffs.
Yeah, always handcuffs.
That's
trying
right.
to find
you were
the
hanging-
nice ones.
And a beautiful little cousin, but she's a girl. How was it hanging out with an 18-year-old girl
It
all
was
week?
her 18th birthday. She's,
Right.
She's just a good person.
Yeah, she's
yeah,
a great person.
I met her. She's a very nice
Oh, wonderful!
girl.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
just it's just a different life than we lead.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And,
We are
if
not
you
that.
listen, and if you listen to the 50th episode of the last podcast on the left, she's the little girl that complained about having to say goodbye to her haunted friend.
Whoa,
Yeah,
that was her.
yeah.
Way Have you
cool.
talked to her about that?
Yeah, we talked about it a little further, and she was saying how like when she moved out of the house, the kid ghost actually made her like say goodbye, and they had to like play together.
Little backstory. So there was a haunting in the house, and she, as a little girl, talked about how afterwards she used to play with the little ghost children. That,
and we never told her about the ghost.
Yeah,
haunting in
she
the
had no
house.
idea, and she had a relationship with the ghost children, and they would play games
Yeah,
together.
yeah, she didn't know they were ghosts. She just thought they were kids.
Yeah, I remember the little girls. I remember the little girl and boy that I used to play with.
Yeah, because she was only like 4 years old.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Right.
And she's not the kind of girl that would lie about this.
No,
that's
No,
right.
no.
She's got a very
serious
honest
girl.
face.
She's a beautiful gal. So anyway, you were shopping with her
We
today.
were shopping with her, and some guy was trying to sell wooden ties.
Wooden ties? What the fuck you
I
made?
mean, yeah, that just sounds
I
ineffective.
remember I
It
looked
is
at the tie,
ridiculous.
I looked at the tie, and I was like, "Why the fuck is this tie made out of wood?" Real loud so he can hear me.
Oh, that's some Holland bullshit. Next thing you know, we're wearing it on our feet and we lost the war. This is ridiculous. That is absolutely upsetting. Amber, what's your take on this story? You got the tranny guy, he's killing his naked girlfriend with a knife, and...
You know, I feel like if you're dating a man with a shed full of power tools, he's going to use that on you some point.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably
this is
most men.
Yeah.
That's true.
You never know. He might attach a dildo to the end of one of those.
I'd really make it pleasurable for you.
That'd be fun.
Show you the time of your life, sweetheart.
Here's another quote from a neighbor. The husband is actually known for dressing up like a woman and walking around the neighborhood. It's just a permanent fixture, I guess. It doesn't freak us out anymore. In one instance, a neighbor described seeing him wearing a floor-length purple dress, coupled with a long pearl necklace and earrings. In his hand, he held a purse. Quote, he would cross-dress, and you almost couldn't recognize the guy.
He looked like a grandmother. Usually, cross-dressers, they get seductive. They plump out their breasts. They have masculine, they got the masculine face there, but they put makeup all over with the hot lipstick. No, I mean, why did he dress like an old woman who just had her husband die?
'Cause that's what the clothes that fucking fit him.
You think so?
Yeah.
It's pathetic. Dan, if you had to please a girl, I was just thinking about this. If you had to please a girl with a power tool, what power tool would you use?
A jigsaw. I like it to be memorable.
Yeah.
I like it to be very memorable. Very painful.
A jigsaw. You just put little dildos on all the.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't want to cut her in half.
Right, a stimulus clit.
Slop her tits off.
Yeah, just slop a couple parts off, just the clit.
That would work.
All right. I think it's funny that this guy got caught. This is very King of Queens, but he got caught doing the chores more often. That was half the story. Was that he started to fucking take the trash out, and people were like, "What a fucking freak!"
Right. Never take the trash out.
The moral of this story is that if you're a nutcase, you stick to that. If you get a reputation dressing as a woman, throwing stuff at birds, and your only friends are looking at your ass when it falls out of your pants.
I just
don't take out the trash. Don't get your shit together.
Also, though, you gotta hide the body parts in your dress. Yeah. You have a perfect place to hide them in the dress.
But for how long? How long do you carry them in the dress?
Oh, you just walk them to Mexico and drop them off in the river. Walk back. Yeah. Just take trips.
Like that Jane's Addiction video, but instead of turkeys, just put a woman's head up there with the dress.
I remember that video.
Best way to get rid of a wife, I think, would be, like the other guy, he had a great idea a couple weeks ago. We were talking about the cook who cooked his wife.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But what you do is then afterwards, you gotta mash up the bones in the powder and just sprinkle them on the dirt.
Not bad.
No one's gonna catch you.
Is it good for the soil?
Probably nutrients. Why not?
Oh yeah, bones are great for soil.
Kev, what sort of flower or plant would grow with bone dust?
Pretty much everything, man.
Everything will grow?
You throw that. That's how fertilizer works, dude.
All right.
Yeah, you never heard of bone meal?
Dude, could you trip balls growing some mushrooms out of it?
Oh, that would be amazing. Bone mushrooms?
Yeah, bone shrooms, dude.
That's gonna give you bone fever.
We've been discussing the bone fever lately, Marcus and I. We believe there is
bone
a fever
fever
that goes around where you become just sort of obsessed with bones to the point where you won't leave your house.
Oh, you get all the bone marrows?
Yeah, you just cover yourself in bones all day. Yeah.
Make yourself a nice chin strap made out of bone.
Yeah. You become the bone man because you have the bone fever. Pretty excited about it.
It's like that disease that turns your bones and muscle into bones, except you shoot your brain. You know?
Your brain turns to bone.
Your brain is all bones in ya. Oh, I can't understand that. That's why I'm talking funny.
Chatter.
You can take a bullet in the head, though, so that's kind of fun.
It's like my whole body goes clinkety clack whenever I move.
You've got the bone fever.
Thank you, Doctor. Dr. Bones.
Next story.
Marcus, what's going to happen to this guy anyway, though? Is he going to get arrested?
Let's rewind the tape. Let's go back to the old story.
I ain't even really understand that whole tangent.
He hasn't. He's been charged with murder, but there's been no trial.
Yeah, they're gonna cut his clit off.
Oh, that's the worst thing you can do to him. That was the only thing that made him a woman.
Well, the next story. The Bible student who confessed to killing a spiritual leader's wife revealed to a pastor he recorded the sexual assaults on his iPad. It emerged today as the 23-year-old appeared in court. Micah Moore of Kansas City was charged on Saturday with first-degree murder in the death of Bethany Ann Deaton, which was made to look like a suicide after a bottle of pills and a note was left by her body. It's creepy.
Interesting. Snuff films are too easy to make nowadays.
Well, yeah.
You used to have to wheel in a whole 8mm thing. It used to be very difficult.
Yeah, you
to
had
kill
to hire
somebody on
someone
camera.
else.
Yeah, you get a videographer in there for the whole thing. You can film
Sound
it all
guy.
Exactly. You want a good sound. You need to hear the screams.
Did it say what Instagram filter he might have used, or did he try to look like make it look like it was a '70s porn, or?
Well, Moore told an International House of Prayer pastor at the Grandview Police Department that that the video recorded on the sexual assaults was on his iPad. Despite this, he has not yet been charged with any sexual assault. It is not yet clear if his iPad has been seized. Let me point out to you right now
that it's called IHOP.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why would you do it? Why would you ever choose that?
IHOP released a statement today distancing themselves from the cult, saying they had no idea what kind of practices the students engaged in. Apparently, this is part of a bizarre sexual cult.
It cannot be good for the restaurant. You know, it cannot be good for the restaurant chain.
I feel like people are always going to eat those pancakes, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Always.
You need them. You want them.
At 3 in the morning.
Bizarre sexual cult. When is a cult not sexual? That's the whole deal.
Right.
Yeah.
Jonestown wasn't extremely.
No. He fucked everybody. Jim Jones
He did
fucked
fuck
all of
everybody.
them.
But it
He
was
fucked
not.
everybody in the
But
ass.
it was not part of his teachings. That was just a side thing that he had going on.
was
Like
just
that
his
was just
fun
a
times.
hey, if you want to, if you want to fuck me, that'd be pretty fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
He didn't preach fucking.
No, there was a day that they preached, and they were like, "Who here has felt the hands of the
What?
our Savior?" Yeah. It's in the long ass
It's hot
documentary
stuff.
that I watched where I kept rewinding that part. I was like, yeah, all right.
So you said he fucked them all in the ass? So he ass fucked them all?
He was very into sodomy.
Really?
He was very into sodomy, and then he had like somebody else come up and be like, "Who here has felt like our
ass fucking?
Uncle
What
Jones
is the name
fucking
of
in the
this
person?"
documentary?
I don't know.
I have to see this.
Is it the one that's
Jonestown in the ass. It's like summer. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Amber-
maybe it was just a porn about Jonestown. It was like a Jonestown themed.
Like not the Jonestown Massacre. Yeah.
I only like cult themed porn. So
It's the Jonestown Massacre.
Edward takes the cake. I love you, Eddie. Amber, you got to fuck one cult leader. We got Jim Jones. We'll do Marilyn Manson, or
the Waco guy.
Charles Manson, the Waco guy, David Koresh, and who else is out there that's really good? The Heaven's Gate guy.
L. Ron Hubbard.
L. Ron Hubbard. What cult
that
would
would
you
be fun.
join if it's just for sexual satisfaction? You don't believe any of the ideology.
Probably-
But what would make you come the most? Which cult?
L. Ron Hubbard, because we fuck on like a bed of diamonds.
Yeah.
That's true.
That sounds extremely uncomfortable, though.
I think about all the money I'm gonna make.
Girls are that greedy.
And then he would dress like an alien too.
And he'll always be like, "Remember the blood diamonds."
Yeah.
Remember the
Nothing makes a
blood
girl
diamonds.
come like a dead African.
Oh, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I mean, but that's actually true. Stop buying diamonds, ladies. You're killing a lot of innocent people who are wonderful people.
They're gonna die anyway.
We're all gonna die. But how you die? You want to die a pleasant death on a plane going down towards the White House. What? That's not a terrorist threat.
Turn.
No, that's okay.
Well, more on the story. The body of the murder victim, a 27-year-old woman, was found in a van with a bag over her head with a suicide note that said, "My name is Bethany Deaton. I chose this evil thing. I did it because I wouldn't be a real person. And what is the point of living if it is too late for that? I wish I had chosen differently a long time ago. I knew it all and refused to listen. Maybe Jesus will still save me."
He will not.
No, not at
You
all.
dead, girl?
That's sad. She got it all wrong there at the end.
Kevin, what would Jesus do?
Well, the thing is, there's a big thing against suicide
Yeah.
in Jesus' head, so she fucked up.
And he's got like a really busy Monday, so I just don't think he's going to be able to pencil it in. I mean, there's a lot of shit going down right now.
And how are you gonna kill yourself with a bag over your head? How do you do that?
Well, you just tie the bag and you suck in the bag and you get stuck in your windpipe.
Worst, dummest way to kill yourself.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Dumbest- I'd say jump from a very tall building. I think I've decided that's the best
Suicide
way.
by cop, man.
That is the best way to kill yourself, especially in New York City.
Yeah,
Not Idaho. They just keep on shooting your shins.
No, you rob a bank
Yeah.
and you wait for the cops to come and then you just come out blazing.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you try to even take anybody out, or you just shoot like into the
No,
end
you
stuff?
shoot. Guns aren't
like
even
a cowboy.
loaded.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
want to
yeah,
hurt
yeah.
a cop. Cops aren't kind of
You literally make the bang noise as you shoot. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, we better take him down. He's making bang noises. You never know when it's going to be a real
you're
bang.
You're going to pull what we call Yosemite Sam.
The Yosemite Sam suicide. I like it.
Oh man, a smoke bomb would be really great too. If you like threw the smoke bomb first, and like, bang bang, it's like I think it's a gun, kill him.
You wear a big pink cape too.
Yeah. You're right up. Just unloaded guns, so you don't hurt any cops.
Yeah. Right.
Unless there's some standing behind you.
You scream, "I'm the human vibrator," and start shooting off the guns.
Either he's having a seizure or pleasing a woman. I can't tell. Dan, can you think of a real retarded suicide? What's the dumbest way that you could commit suicide?
I don't know, but I'll tell you exactly how I want to do it. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Somebody walks into the subway as I'm trying to get off a subway car, and they bump into me when they're in the wrong. I have the right of way as I'm getting off, and I say, "Hey, could you hold my bag for me?" And then I blow my brains out. because if you. Because if you,
but really, it's so sad. No, but you have to hold your bag for the rest of their life.
Yeah. Because if you told that person they were an asshole, they would never. You would get in a fight, and they might stab you, and you'd have to deal with that all day. If you blow your brains out, they're never doing it again. They're just like, I have to live with this guy who fucking just killed himself.
Yeah.
Right there.
Well, that's one strike against civility. As soon as someone asks you to hold a bag,
that's
do
the
not
best
do it.
way. Yeah,
It would be pretty awesome if the doors closed right after you did it, and so everyone just had to go on the train.
That's the best.
What did we just see?
You gotta make sure there's flakes of brain. There's flakes of brain on the subway windows, too, so they can just fucking watch that.
I remember when I first moved to the city, I was taking the train late at night. It was like 4 a.m. And I remember the train doors were shutting, and I heard some guy. I don't know what happened. There was a scuffle. And then I was in a place where I couldn't see what was going on. And then there's two black hoodlum gangsters just so fucking hard. And they're just looking at it freaking out. They can't believe what they're looking at. And the door's shut. And one of them looks at the other and goes, "That's the worst thing I've ever seen." And I was like, "What happened? What happened?" And then they just shook their head no at me and wouldn't tell me.
The sound of silence. You can imagine the thing they've seen.
Now you'll just always, your worst nightmares happen right outside of that. Well, a fucking winged goblin ripped a guy's face off, and the guy was coming for some reason. I don't know why he was coming.
It's just a New York Times crossword puzzle filled out perfectly.
Of course, you heard a scuffle, and then you heard someone fall, then you heard someone just going, "Help! Help me! Help! Help!" Like that, and the doors just shut, and we took off.
Yeah.
I just feel like I imagine a priest with blood coming out of his mouth, raping babies. What was going on?
Screaming, "Help me!"
Screaming, "Help me!" while he was doing it.
Raping the
Never been happier to hear "Stand clear of the closing doors" than when you're looking at a horrific sight and you're like, "Well, I can't help now. I mean, the doors have closed. What could I possibly do?"
That's the worst thing I've ever seen.
What's going on with this story, Marcus?
The statement. Well, I mean, we pretty much covered most of it.
We got it? All right.
Yeah. We can move on to a new one, though.
That sounds great.
Oh, and this is going to be the first picture you guys see today. I can't wait till you see this, man. An elderly man has been sentenced to 3 years in prison for allowing his pit bull to kill another family's pet cat.
What?
Yeah.
3 years for this ad. This
3
story
years.
made me I'm so excited to hear your opinion on it.
Hume Hamilton, 82, was caught on surveillance camera taking his dog for a walk near his home in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Yeah, baby! Fort Lauderdale, rock and roll, house of the pit bulls.
Opposite of what Fort Lauderdale is, by the way.
He walked up to a driveway where a cat was apparently resting, and the dog was filmed suddenly attacking the cat. Hamilton can be seen in the footage trying to separate the two animals by stepping on the cat, but he was unsuccessful. He left the scene with his dog, and the cat later died of injuries.
Stepping on the cat? Wait a second.
But he tried to separate him.
Yeah, you step on the cat and pull the dog off.
Yeah,
I mean,
and that's when the cat's head comes off.
So,
right, well, yeah.
All right, so the animals that notoriously hate each other for all of time, dogs and cats.
Right.
One of them kills another one,
Right.
and a dude goes to jail for 3 years?
3 years. And a human being suffers because of it. Because of animal nature.
And where were the mice? Where were the mice?
Right.
And let me ask you, if you guys would look over on the screen, does Does this man deserve to go to jail?
Yes!
man.
He's terrifying. He looks like the Joker without his makeup on.
way, dude.
He looks like a retired
Is there a
Joker
picture
without
of
his
him
makeup
stepping
on.
on the cat there? Can we see that?
Oh my God, he looks like a.
He's just trying to.
He's
What are
trying
you
his
supposed?
best.
Yeah, what are you supposed to
Pitbull's
do?
jaws lock. There's only one way to get that
Wait, is
cat.
that his car? That's his car?
No, that's
What is
the,
with this car?
no. The car that you see in here, it's a very, very nice truck. That belongs to the cat family.
I feel
Fuck
like
the cat family.
Oh, fuck the cat family.
That
Never
looks
mind.
like a pit bull owner's car.
Yeah, it does. But no, it's a cat family.
This is ridiculous.
It's got a, if I can see correctly, that looks like Lady Justice.
I can't see.
I think it is.
Yes,
The
that is
scales
Lady
right there.
Justice.
Yeah.
Spray
Retarded.
painted onto a bright
Green.
turquoise.
Yeah,
All right,
turquoise.
so a guy with a Lady Justice spray painted on his car
No,
sent
it's
another
the-
man to jail because his dog killed his cat.
Right, it's ridiculous that a human being went to jail for a cat's death. Meanwhile, I'm sure the judge, while sentencing, was eating a fucking T-bone steak.
If that guy would have walked up to that cat and shot it in the head, he shouldn't have went to jail.
No, cats need to die, because you know what you can do when your cat dies? Get a new cat. There's a whole store that sells them.
Not even that. There's a bunch of homeless cats. You can just pick those up
Right,
off the street.
save some cats. 3 years, and this happens all the time. Every now and again on this show, we hear these stories about people going to prison. I think the last
Yeah,
one
but-
was 7 years. I mean, this is ridiculous.
And not only does the man have to spend 3 years in prison, he will after that have to spend 2
George
years.
Zimmerman killed a black kid in the same neighborhood.
Right, exactly. And it's up for debate. It's like, well, I don't know.
You guys
Maybe
are
we'll see. He was a black kid. Did you say black cat? He should go to prison. No, I said kid.
But
We'll have to investigate.
We have not factored in how cute this cat is.
Well, this man is also getting after that 2 years of probation, and he is permanently banned from owning a pet.
What?
Fuck that.
Man.
That's kind of
So
funny.
where's his dog going? What's happening with his dog?
Oh, that dog's already dead. Yeah.
Dead.
They killed the dog. They fucking put this guy in prison, all for that fucking cat. This is
burned
one
the
of the
dog
worst
alive.
stories I've ever heard.
Oh, and if you really want to get enraged, here's a quote from the owner of the cat, who's
I'm so upset. I'm
No, the
about to
quote-
call
the-
Sandra Fluke a slut.
No, the owner of the cat. His name is Wayne Spath.
The Spath family cat. We take all of our Spath family pictures with our cat.
Yeah. And so after this fucking poor old man was sentenced to 3 years in prison, Spath said, "Now we can move on. We have closure now. Justice has prevailed."
Rapists don't get 3 years in prison.
Keep
No.
the cat inside then. If it's so fucking precious to you,
exactly.
then make it an indoor cat.
Jackie, I'm sorry, it's an outdoor cat.
Okay.
Rip its head off, Pitbull!
Its fucking head off.
But at least he goes to the prison for silly crimes. I mean, that's the best
No,
part
but
of
he
it.
doesn't. He goes.
There were silly top hats. Everyone goes doing,
Exactly. He
doing,
goes to
doing,
that one
doing.
prison where the bars are made of rubber and like everyone just runs around.
Water guns and not real
It's
guns.
like it's like MASH, but the prison.
I
version.
am beside myself angry for this poor man. He's going to be in jail. He's going to get torn apart in jail.
Yeah. What are you in for?
He's
I'm
Did
here
you
for.
see his picture? He's not gonna get torn apart.
He is.
Yes,
man.
he is.
Yo, he's got soft eyes.
Right,
Like,
gonna
here's
end up
like
with
a mean
swastika on
Colonel
his forehead.
Sanders.
I agree with Kevin. He has very soft eyes. Here's a picture of the poor man at sentencing.
He's such a
He looks like Santa.
That's the look of a man who did his best.
He tried to
course-
take the cat out of the pit bull's mouth.
What's he supposed to do?
Yeah.
It's the
I would have
negative.
just let it happen, too.
image
Like,
of
I
the-
mean, at least he tried.
Yep, that's right. The pit bull is demonized enough. Leave the pit bull alone. They're great dogs. They're loving dogs. There was a cat, and I guarantee you that cat was being a fucking bitch.
It was taunting the fucking pit bull.
Exactly. And the pit bull just chose to, like, I'm just going to bite your head off because you're a terrible fucking person.
Either way,
And you're
these
a
are
cat.
animals. These are small
I
animals.
can't. I feel so bad for him. Killing
And
a dog and
it-
sending a dude for prison to prison for 3 years to nullify the death of a dumb fucking cat. What
And
kind
if
of
you're
world are we living in?
And if you're curious as to what this man looks like, you can go to the Roundtable of Gentlemen Facebook page.
That's right. Or go to any
nice.
KFC that you've ever seen. He looks exactly
Well,
like.
Or you
he
could
looks
just, like-
tinier than the KFC guy.
Or you
sadder.
could just like
Dogs.
Google the story. I mean, it'd probably just pop right up.
You know what? Go to the Roundtable of Gentlemen. Fuck you, goddammit! I'm tired of promoting it.
Also, isn't his name Hume?
Hume, yes.
Isn't the man... He doesn't deserve this.
Hume.
Hume. Hume.
Kev, if you were a judge on this case, what the fuck would you do in this sentencing?
There would be no sentencing, man. This
Right.
wouldn't even been a case.
That's
the dog
right.
killed the cat. That's life, man. That cat got legs. Could have
That's
ran
right.
away.
It could have.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If that
absolutely.
were my cat, I feel like I would apologize to him. Be like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, my cat
that you
was
had
being
to
a bitch.
see this
Yep.
and you
Yeah.
had to deal with this. I'll get another cat.
Right.
Yeah, cat shouldn't have been talking shit, man. Learn his lesson.
Well, all cats are smug. They have this fucking smug look in their eyes, just asking to have their head ripped off of their body.
I hate cats.
I hate them.
Hate him.
Fuck them.
All right, Roundtable of Gentlemen. We fucking hate cats.
We
deal
don't
with that now.
I mean,
It's a
I
dog- it's a
like
pit-
cats, but you know,
Kevin
as
likes
I'm
cats.
saying-
He's sort of the odd man out, but it's fine.
I don't hate any animals, but I think pit bulls are demonized, and I don't think they should be. But that plays to a larger point. That cat was been a total asshole, and there's a lot of people now around. They bark about and they say terrible things to us bigger
Bark.
people. They're like, no, you know, I was on the L train the other day. Someone's like, oh, you're so big, and I was like, you're such a fucking bitch. I just wanted to like strangle and murder them, and I could have, 100 years ago.
Where's this go?
But now, what I'm saying is, all the laws are stacked against the bigger person. All we do is take hate, and we're not allowed to physically react, which is empowering these little fucking cocksuckers such as this cat to say whatever they want to say. We need to go back to the days where it's like, don't talk rude to me. This is why I like Ed. This is why I love you, Ed, because if I talk poorly to you, you could theoretically beat me up.
Hit you in the nuts.
You'll hit me in the nuts. You'll do something. So I respect you for that. And the whole idea of respecting somebody because they can physically punish you is thrown out the window when the fucking lawyers have taken over the entire country.
That's the thing.
That's what I'm talking
Man,
about.
preach.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you what. Many a morning has been left the apartment. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm going to go yell at some cats and put them in their place.
That's right. I was like, you should see what I say to rats. You should see what I say to rats.
What do you say to rats?
I love
do
them.
any harm.
I actually
love you, love
I have
rats. Yeah,
a huge
they're-
respect for rats and mice. They,
Sorry, so you see a rat running down the street, and a rat's running by me, and I say, I stomp it to death. Okay? I stomp a rat to death.
That's 2 years in prison.
Yeah. And someone sees me and they report me for stomping a rat to death. Am I going to get in trouble? Because a rat is as valuable as a cat.
Yes.
It is. It's the same thing.
You will not, though, because it's not a domestic pet.
It's not a domestic pet.
Yeah,
You've got no one to press charge. What,
Yeah.
the city of New York is going to press charge?
Well, it's
They might do
animal
it.
cruelty.
Sure, but
But
you're
it's a
not going to
pest.
go to jail,
So I'm only allowed to kill the animals the government's allowed to tell me I'm allowed to kill.
That's right. And I'm telling you, the whole time they're eating a ham sandwich.
And that's why Obama.
That's right. Get into it, Holden. Get into it, Holden.
All right, you know what? It's time to clear the air with some goat news.
Goat news!
Animal you're allowed to murder freely.
After surviving an encounter with an angry goat, Jason Kissel has a new nickname around Smithfield, Utah, the boy who lived. Kissel, 14, was doing his paper route early Tuesday. You'll like where it's going.
Better than his old nickname, Shithead. So that's
Right.
He was doing his paper route early Tuesday morning when the animal approached in the darkness. He thought it was a dog. Quote, then it made a weird noise, kind of like a grunting noise. I'm like, what the heck is that? That sound was the huffing and puffing of Voldemort, an 18-month-old fainting goat. Look at him. Oh, I love him. I love that goat.
Like the Gary Busey of goats. Holden, how does it feel to meet your long-lost brother?
he's sticking his tongue out.
mother.
I love his ears.
Holden, is that mommy?
Mommy is made of gold. Mommy's breast.
I love his bug eyes.
Oh, man, he's great.
He's so sweet. He's got fun bug eyes. He's sticking his tongue out.
I feel like he would be like, hi.
Right. And
Hi.
So what is the news story, though? This kid saw a goat?
Here's the news story.
But the best thing is, the kid saw a goat, but this kid is such a bitch. It's a fainting goat. Usually with the fainting goats, like the theory of fight or flight, when they're scared, they faint. So if you approach them, they just faint.
Oh my god, please look up baby goats fainting, by the way,
great.
because it's the cutest.
So
It's the
good.
greatest approach to a battle of all
What
time.
do we Google?
Little baby goats fainting. Or just like a cutest baby goats.
Well, the owner of the goat, Marissa Benson, said he's really happy and plays with the kids. I've never had him chase my kids. Kissel, though, this little shithead, if you'll look over here, you'll see this little fuckwad.
Oh, fuck that guy.
He looks like a fuking spath.
The boy you should have died.
Yeah, that's more, isn't it?
Kev, what do you think
Exactly.
about that fucking dude's hair?
There's a lot of things I can say about that dude's hair, man. Probably blows in the wind real well while he's skateboarding down to Pussy Town. Where he
Yeah!
You know what I'm saying? That shit was funny.
Well, Kissel. Well, this little shithead said Voldemort charged and headbutted him, knocking him off his bike and then trampling him.
Bullshit.
Yeah, Kissel took shelter in a tree, but found himself trapped for an hour. Every time he got down, Voldemort would chase him right back up.
I bet that little shit piss was like throwing rocks or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, he was probably
You know,
If the goat ate this kid, the owner of the goat would not go to jail. That's what would happen. He would just not go to prison. The jury would see his face. They'd be like, "Yeah, fuck that kid."
It's fine.
He had a bike. Why didn't he bike away?
Bike away!
Right.
This fucking goat's coming at you.
Bite beats goat. Everybody
Wait,
knows.
do you have a picture of the owner of the goat? Because
I do
anyone
not.
who names
Goat
their
bike.
goat Voldemort is a fucking geek.
Here, that's another picture of Voldemort.
Amazing!
Pretty
Looks
cool.
like a lion.
Oh my,
Like a,
it does
that's
look like a
fucking
lion.
ninja goat.
He's
It's a-
majestic.
yeah, he's beautiful.
That is definitely the coolest goat I've ever seen. in
Google
my
this
life.
fucking goat.
Yeah. Voldemort the goat.
Did they kill Voldemort after all this?
Fuck no! Man, he's smoking cigars, sending bags of money.
Living like Fidel.
Drinking whiskey with
Voldemort
his
just got a
hooves.
book deal.
It's just bad.
That reminds me, you guys should all buy my book, How Not to Read. Thank
Still drinking
you.
the beer
Thank you.
today.
Loving these beers by that
It's
fight.
great. If you wouldn't have brought us beers, I would have just made fun of you.
How not to read.
No, that's not
Thanks, guys. That means a lot. That I can buy your friendship.
Well, the cops were called after the boy was supposed to return from his paper route, and the cop, his name is.
that's gonna a paper. I mean, goats love paper.
Goats love paper.
This is
true.
very.
And little boys.
He's fishing for a goat attack.
You figure that like those, the ladies, the old Chinese ladies who walk around, the
East
neighborhood
Village or West
trying
Village,
to
yeah.
trying to pick up cans. They're lucky there's no goats in this town.
Absolutely.
They
Think
are
about
the
that
goats
sort
of this town.
Think about that. Oh, that's not right. That's not right. I actually think that was fine.
That's pretty good. Now the man Brandon Muir was out looking for the kid. As Muir canvassed the neighborhood, he got a call about a boy and a goat. Muir said the goat was overly friendly when he arrived at the scene, but not dangerous. Quote, "It jumped me a few times overdue, but he wasn't hard to catch." Yeah, in the end, no one was hurt, and Voldemort went back to patrolling his yard.
That's awesome.
Good man.
great.
That goat probably didn't even attack him. He was trying to love that boy. They were bonding over haircuts.
Oh, and also,
Of course.
and also, so the boy was in his yard, though. That's why he probably attacked him,
Exactly.
right?
He did a good goat job.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
I want a
watch goat.
I want a fucking yard to patrol. That sounds great.
yeah.
I wish we
I'll
could lock
buy
you in a
you.
yard as well.
Yeah, just walk around with a rifle and just patrol my yard. That's what I'm doing.
What would you be, what would you be best at protecting if you had to guard a fucking
My yard? Well, I just know I'd be shooting for vermin, trying to get in my fucking corn cobs.
Yeah, but you have hooves, though. I don't know how you're going to use
Yeah,
a gun.
exactly. Yeah, that's the problem. You never heard of those hoof guns? You just bang them with your hoof and they go off.
Yeah.
I feel like getting a guard goat is better than getting a guard dog.
Yeah.
Because
Why
people
is that?
get freaked out when they come on your property. They're expecting a dog. They see a big goat running at them. They don't know what to do. They're freaking out. They run away.
Absolutely, I agree.
A whole bunch of goats would probably be great too.
Yeah. A guard
Bunch of
gorilla
goats.
would be amazing.
Well, yeah, but that's
Bunch of goats with fucking bazookas on their back. Just right at you. You would get the fuck out of Dodge, man.
yeah,
if
man.
you saw
Shoot
that
to
coming
kill,
at you.
man. That's what you teach those
Definitely.
goats. Because goats are spawns of the devil.
They are spawns that have Chihuahuas are great guard dogs as well and great guard creatures.
Why is
Don't-
that?
you
No,
don't
I don't
expect
agree.
them to
No,
be
they
so
are.
ferocious.
What mice are to elephants, Chihuahuas are to humans. Like humans are terrified of Chihuahuas, and if you have a guard Chihuahua,
I don't know if this is true.
it is. I tell you,
Because they're tiny and fast as fuck, so
And
like
they-
you
they
can't
bite
deal
you.
with it.
And
It's
they
like the
eat it over
marmot
the
in the
place.
Big Lebowski. It's like the marmot in the Big Lebowski.
it is exactly.
I love how Chihuahuas are Mexican.
Why?
Because
I mean, you're putting that
They
on
lived
them.
in the saddle. No, they lived
not
in the
putting that on
saddlebags. That's what they used to keep. They were the guard dogs. They would put them in the saddles of their burros, and so since they were so small, and so if anyone tried to
All right.
thieve from them,
you just
they
say
would
burros
be the
again?
burros.
That's interesting. So Chihuahuas are Mexicans. Pit bulls. I'm going to give it to Kevin. It's black.
Puerto Rican.
Right? Puerto
I
Rican.
thought they were
Puerto
Puerto
Rican black.
Rican.
No, but
It's
Puerto
Puerto Rican
Ricans are
black.
Puerto Rican black.
Sometimes it's synonymous.
What's the white dog? The white dog is like Old Yeller.
yeah,
That would be a Labrador.
Golden Retriever.
Golden
No.
Yeah,
Old Yeller
Labrador.
was a yellow lab.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
what?
yeah, yeah.
What
Well,
race do
white dogs is just dogs. Just a lot of different types.
Yeah.
Y'all are
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
varied people.
Yeah, like greyhounds are a white dog.
Okay, so what about
Bulldog.
Asian people? What's the
Shih
Asian
Tzus.
dog? Shih Tzus are Asian.
Chows.
Yeah.
Chows.
Chows.
Okay.
Oh, it's definitely chows because they look like the fucking Chinese dragons.
They're Chinese guard dogs, chows.
That's kind
Them
of
and
a fun.
Shar-Peis with all the wrinkles. That's a Chinese dog.
What's the German dog? German Shepherd.
Or actually, I would argue the Doberman Pinscher.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
If you've ever seen The Boys from Brazil,
or the Leather Daddy Chow is a very popular.
It only shits itself. It's all this shit that is
It's really good at
on its
techno
stomach.
music.
You can imagine.
You guys should look up how Chinese people cook their cats because they boil them alive.
Good.
Do they?
And
Like
then they
lobsters?
Skin them alive. Yeah, like
Do they
lobsters.
screech like lobsters?
Okay, but we have to
Yeah.
keep in mind these are like hunted cats, right? These
Who
aren't like
gives a
home
shit? That's
cats.
disgusting.
Yeah, those are hunted
No,
cats.
it's fine. We eat bizarre things. In India, eating a cow is absolutely sacrilegious.
Like I think we probably all eaten cat by this point.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
know,
on
I'm fine with it.
seamless.com all the time.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've got a cat burrito a time or two.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so you putting the cat eating on the Mexicans now?
No, I mean she's putting it on the
Chinese.
On the
Yeah,
Chinese.
The Chinese. We all know the Chinese eat cats, but you said
love
cat
it.
burrito.
There was
Oh no, I'm just saying. Sometimes
would-
you're cooking up the fucking food and
more
you're
like a
chopping up the
catty
meat, and the cat
churri.
over there you chop
well,
it.
I
up.
mean, we've all been. There are plenty of those places around Bushwick that do both Chinese and Mexican food.
Oh, man.
God.
Any place that says Tex-Mex, do not go.
No,
But I don't
especially
think
not
it's that
here.
bad. I think that it's fine that the Chinese folks eat cats. I think cats should be eaten. I
Yeah,
don't
because
think they're.
or else they're just sitting in places that
Yeah,
they
but
say
they're
don't
just meat.
kill.
But boiling them alive, I never knew that.
No,
you know,
cut
that's
off
something
their head
else.
first.
The
Yeah,
trick
cut
is
off
to
their
keep
fucking
them.
head.
Yeah, the trick is to keep them alive as long as possible because
Really?
the meat tastes better.
Yeah.
That's something.
I don't know
I'm
if
okay
that's
with that
true.
strangely for turkeys. I don't know why, but I'm okay with that for them.
Dan, if you had to eat a domesticated animal in America, what animal would you eat? The cats, the dogs. I guess there's some birds out there that you could eat. Ferrets. People love those.
I'm gonna go a lizard of some kind.
Ooh,
interesting. I want it to be old, and I want it to feel like I'm eating a dinosaur.
Like a
Turtle, like you want a turtle then.
Yeah, I'd like a turtle. A turtle is nice because it's just like a regular sandwich.
Right,
You just
right,
bite
right.
into that thing.
You just have to soften the shell up.
But
and then,
I
yeah.
want to hunt a fucking huge iguana in the wild.
Nice.
Fucking
Nah, man.
strangle it and be like, this is thousands of years of evolution, and I made it, and you didn't.
I'm telling you, man, alligator meat. That's what you got to
Is
go
it good?
for.
It's
Alligator,
domesticated.
alligator
Tail.
rules, dude.
And I would love to wrestle an alligator. I made it about not eating, just like fucking killing. I want to tell you about which animals I want to kill. These aren't but alligators aren't domesticated.
Sometimes they are. Some people have
Florida.
domesticated
My
animals.
buddy had a crocodile, and it was fucking bonkers. It was like
That was its name?
Yeah, his name was Bonkers, the fun crocodile. I remember I was over, they were like, oh, we got to clean out his cage, and it was like a big deal, like they only did it every now and again, and literally like the father had to like use all of his upper body strength to hold it down onto the ground, on the floor. Like they pulled it out and just was holding it down, just like, clean it, get the cleaning. It was like insane. I'm standing there like, should I go? Should I go? Should I get out? And they were just like, no, it's fine. But it was like not, it was like, what is that? Maybe 3 feet or
3 feet?
something?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was terrifying. But I mean, at 3 feet, it wasn't gonna kill you, but it could take your fucking leg off.
Take your foot or your
take your
off.
hand, and
Yeah.
that's what it wants. And it was going for it. And he's just, I'm like, why do you own this pet? Why would you own this? And
Not now, Holden, not now!
Yeah, they're just scrubbing the cage open.
I gotta keep it from not killing me. Not now, man.
This fucking thing was like by the TV, you know, like not even like.
I mean, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty badass. And he also slept with a huge python at the head of his bed.
Oh, fuck
In a
that
cage.
guy.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it was great.
He's probably dead.
No, Pat, he's doing great. The python I watched bite his dad's hand, though. We pulled him out one day, and he fucking sicked in, and his hands, like, the side of his palm swelled up to, like, that.
I mean, I feel like that's a
Yeah.
deal breaker, right? If you go home with Kev, if you go home with a chick and she's a python above her bed, like you leave, right?
No,
I
fuck
that's
no.
awesome.
I would leave immediately.
You fuck that girl. You fuck that girl.
You fuck that girl.
Leave, and then you leave.
And then you
you
leave.
tell
I'm not
everyone
gonna
about
sleep
it.
next to that thing.
I think you need to ask that question to these two because asking that question, dude, if like I walked in and a girl had a fucking gigantic python above her bed, I'd say like, so what are you doing for the next, I don't know, 20 years?
Oh, that's disgusting, Marcus. And I don't know why you cheated on her. I don't know why you divorced her.
Are you always fuck Snake Girl?
Yeah.
What? Really? No. I can't do it.
Have you never? Do you not remember Coney Island?
I never had sex with that woman with the split tongue. Oh.
You know she'd be good in bed, though.
She would definitely.
Yeah, she would not be.
What about Python Dude? What about Python Dude?
No, because
Python Dude is completely different.
No, he probably owns guns and
Yeah.
Got no teeth.
He has to own a gun because he has to kill the python as soon as it starts to attack him.
No, but he's overcompensating though. It's like owning a sports car. You're like, look
Yeah.
at this
Second
anaconda. And
He
his
also
dick's
had-
like the size of a thumb.
He also had a waterbed. Thrown in waterbed as well, and it was all neon
Filled
lights
with snakes, no
and
water.
and a poster of filled with snakes. That'd be amazing. That'd be like the most comfortable
I
thing
might
in the
stay in the
world.
bed full of
Are
snakes.
you kidding? That'd be fucking incredible. And he had a poster of the Barbie twins on his wall.
Oh, I remember those. That's an old school reference.
hey,
I haven't thought about
I
that
owned
since
a
County Fair
python.
'96.
Yeah, I know you did.
Disgusting. Yeah, and you want to pretend like you were attracted to it. It's a
Snake-like.
gross thing to do.
See, I feel like a woman with a snake is much more sensual.
Yeah.
You know, rather than angry.
But I wouldn't want
I'm
the
getting
snake
turned
like-
on right now.
Right?
Good. Thinking about this fake woman.
Her name is sad.
Squeeze.
What were you saying, Kev?
No, but just like the snake above the bed, just watching you with cold, dark eyes. It's just fucking
I put a
slamming
cover on it.
and he's just loving it quietly, secretly enjoying it. I don't like that.
Disgusting, man.
There's nothing wrong with that. All right, it's time
It's
now.
gross, Marcus.
It's time now. I mean, usually this is a happy occasion.
Get the bananas, everybody.
What time is it?
It's time now for monkey news.
Yeah!
Ting tang, wah wah bing bang.
Ooh ee ooh ah ting tang wanna bing bang.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
I mean, not even necessary at all.
Here's the headline: Small monkey found beaten to death during zoo break in Idaho.
I don't like this. I don't like
See,
this.
the way y'all saying, I thought this was gonna be a happy thing, man.
Well,
We were all chanting.
I said a sad.
Sad.
it's
You did
gonna
say
be
it was going to be
one.
sad. It's a
I
sad
did.
monkey news
small
story.
was he?
2.5 feet tall.
Oh, he's a macaque, right?
He's not a macaque. He is a potus monkey. A break-in at Zoo Boise early Saturday.
Hold on a
Boise.
second. It's called Zoo Boise.
It's called Zoo Boise.
Boise, Idaho, right?
Yeah.
Sue Boise.
I mean, it's so Midwestern.
Yeah.
You bet.
The Zoo Boise, you betcha.
That's not Mexican.
Yeah, that was like
It's not Mexican, nor is it Midwestern.
So, Boise, you betcha. Oh, I'm a real American, you know. I came here, been here for years.
A break-in at Zoo Boise early Saturday left a potus monkey dead from blunt force trauma to its head and neck, leaving police analyzing blood found at the scene to its link to either the monkey or one of two human intruders. Two males wearing dark
Turns
clothing
out it's monkey blood.
were spotted by a security guard at 4:30 a.m. outside the fence near the primate exhibit before fleeing police. Boise police used a thermal imager in searching the 11-acre zoo grounds, but didn't find the person. If you want to know what a potus monkey looks like, look at that fucker.
Who would? Oh, it looks like Larry David.
So you're telling me
This reminds me of those fucking douchebags that killed
dickheads.
outside the Las Vegas, right? The,
Yeah, they killed a peacock.
What the fuck are
so
people's
two
problems? Why would you do
assholes
this?
were bored and decided the fun thing to do would be to go and kill a monkey?
Oh my God, they should go to jail for 3 years.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
should.
They
Yeah,
should.
for 45 years.
So, okay, well, this is an interesting thing, is that these two men killed a monkey, yet you say they should go to jail for a long time. A man's pit bull kills a cat. No jail time.
Yeah, because the
it's
pit
not-
bull
they
killed
got
the cat.
time?
Yeah, he did beat the cat to death in front of like a bunch of people.
Yeah, the pit bull got the death penalty.
Right, the pit bull got
Pit bull
sentenced to
didn't
death.
get any jail
died,
time.
and
The
this
pit
guy
bull's
went to
dead.
jail. That's overkill.
Pit bull's fucking
But
dead.
these guys killed a monkey and they got in no trouble?
Well, they haven't
Wait,
caught them.
Did they? No. But did they? Do you think they broke in just to kill a monkey?
My
or
theory
they broke
is-
in and they were like fucking around and like this monkey's great, and then they hit it because
My
they're
th- my
morons.
theory
Who sees a
is
monkey
that-
and kills the monkey?
My theory is
maybe
that
they
they
got
broke in, they were pretty fucked up, they got surprised by a monkey,
And
they
they
got
killed it.
scared, and
Yeah.
they beat the monkey to death.
They were
We've all
probably
been
trying
there.
to steal the monkey, and the monkey attacked
Yeah,
them.
I actually- I knew
the
a-
bigger monkeys.
I knew
Yeah,
a
they were
guy.
bleeding.
This is an Operation Dumbo Drop.
I knew a guy who got a couple years probation for stealing and shaving a monkey.
Also, why would you do that?
Well, it's kind of fun to
would you-
shave a monkey.
Why would you tell
anything
people
that's full of
that?
hair? It's kind of fun to shave.
Well, here's what happened. is that in the town where my parents live, there's a woman who owns exotic animals. She just likes that. She had a bear for a while, that died, but her latest one was a spider monkey.
Just a big New York.
You should shave the woman, not the monkey.
Well, this is my theory is that a couple of his boys were like, you know how to get laid? He's like, how? He's like, you shave your monkey. And then he went and stole a monkey, not thinking that it should have been his penis.
Amber, how do you feel about what Holden just said? How do you feel?
Metaphors? You know, I like metaphors.
Well, the answer to that question is meth. They were doing a lot of meth, and they remembered, and they were bored, and they remembered, hey, that lady has a monkey. She's probably asleep. The monkey is kept outside. So they took the monkey.
Did it at the zoo.
What's that?
Oh,
this is the guy that I know. Yeah. Okay. So they took the monkey, and they drove him out to the golf course, and they shaved the monkey, and then they lost control of the monkey. And a few days later, the monkey showed back up, and my friend narrowly escaped prison for that one.
Yikes.
Well, I think
he
that's
really should
wonderful.
have just gotten beaten in public, like not to death, but just had like. I feel like sometimes
It's called
that
flogged.
I think exactly. I think that flogging should exist for things like that, where it's
Weird
like
animal.
you
Or the
should
monkey
be
just turned out to be Rory
publicly humiliated.
Melkeroy?
Yeah, put him in the sun.
the only
Don't
golfer
give
I
him
know.
water for a week in the fucking Texas sun.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing.
They
that
probably
people should
thought
have.
they were doing a good thing. It was like summertime, right? It was hot.
It
probably.
was,
right,
They were
yeah.
like, we gonna fucking help you
He's
out,
also
monkey.
drunk.
That's right.
Shave all this
Yeah.
fur. You gonna feel good.
At least
No
he
more
didn't
sweat.
to do.
Yeah. He said it was a great time, though. Like, that night was fantastic.
Well, imagine shaving a monkey. That's gotta feel great. Think about that.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they kidnapped and shaved the monkey at the golf course.
He was trying to make more people.
And good for him. Back to our sad monkey story. The Zoo Boise director
want
Steve
to.
Burns
I
said,
just always want the monkey to win.
The monkey didn't.
Monkeys
bet-
don't always win.
No, they
not
usually
always.
don't.
I've been here for 15 years and we haven't had anything like this happen. It's unfortunate that we have to let kids know that something like this happens. Monkeys are always among the most favorite animals here.
It's true.
Why does he have to let the kids know that the monkey got beaten to death?
Well, I'll tell you.
Right,
I'll
yeah,
tell you.
just shut it up.
Journalistic ethics.
I'll tell you exactly why, because nothing has happened in Boise. That's the only thing that's ever happened in
Right.
Boise. They were like, all we have is this zoo with this one monkey, and when it dies, like, entertainment is gone. They don't have
That's
Netflix.
the only animal in the zoo, too. It's just one monkey cage.
I killed the monkey because it's not a potato.
I eat potatoes.
They were like, this potato is sentient. And then they
All right,
fucking ate
Kevin.
it.
So you're letting the guy off who had the dog that ate the cat. You're these fucking assholes who shaved and who killed the monkey. Who killed the monkey.
I wouldn't say
No,
I was
my
on their
friends
side.
shaved
I'm
the
talking
monkey. They
about
were
shaving the
fine.
monkey.
Yeah, shave the monkey. But what do you think about this? What's the sentence that you give to somebody who just killed a fucking monkey in a
You can't
goddamn
just go
zoo?
and like fucking beat up a monkey. Like it's funny if you didn't kill him, but it's
Right.
The monkey just has like a.
That's true. If you don't kill him, it's kind of
I
funny.
think some dudes is gonna we gonna fucking beat this monkey up. Man. That's funny. That's
Right,
hilarious.
yeah.
But the monkey died, and that's kind of fucked up. So
Yeah. So what are you doing? You going life imprisonment? You're going butt fucking for a couple
I
of
say
years?
they got to get at least 6 years for not practicing restraint. I get where you're coming from, beating up the monkey, but you got to hold back a little bit.
You know what you do? You get a bunch of monkeys together and have them beat him up.
Not a bad.
You know, and it's interesting that you say that because potus monkeys are often called the military monkey.
Why is that?
I don't know.
They're strict.
Interesting.
They got a bunch of little guns and little,
Yeah.
little tanks.
They need to remake the new remake of Red Dawn with the monkey attack.
And here's another picture of a potus monkey.
Oh, they're amazing!
Doing this to us.
It's flaunting its little butt. Oh, how can you kill me? Oh, it's the Thomas Dale of monkeys.
They got the big eyebrows. It's so sad.
See, I feel like their punishment should be they get put into a cage of gorillas that their children were just taken away, like the baby gorillas
Yeah.
taken away. It's like, deal with that. You want to fucking beat up a monkey? Why don't you fucking beat up a monkey your own goddamn size, you pieces of shit?
Yeah, they
agree with
fucking
you.
glue carrots to his body. The monkey.
Up his ass.
It's the same way you get Holden to attack, but if you like just glue a bunch of tuna to yourself.
Oh man,
He loves tuna.
You peel a bunch of bananas and you tie him to his mouth and his eyes and his dick,
Oh yeah.
and just sick up a bunch of monkeys.
That's
on him.
not bad.
And now it's time for a segment from Holden McNeely.
All right, so this one's we were gonna go with Your Heaven, Your Hell. That's gonna be next week, I think, because then I don't have to come up with a new one.
Before Holden can start, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but please, before I forget, come to Live Roundtable next Saturday at 8 p.m. at the Creek in the Cave.
Yeah, November
24th.
November
It's gonna be Ed's
24th.
last podcast for a while.
Yes.
He'll be gone for days.
Going to hell.
Yeah, straight up.
LA without a car.
Which is hell.
LA without a car is a hell, so that's probably going to be my hell
I had
next
the worst time
week.
walking by traffic.
All right, so we're doing virginity. How did everyone lose their virginity? Marcus is going to score by sexiest, smelliest, lamest, and what was the other one?
Dangerous, right?
Scary? No, was it dangerous?
I think it was just sexiest, smelliest, and lamest.
Sexiest, smelliest,
trashiest.
Yeah. Sexiest, smelliest, lamest, and trashiest. And if you get lamest and smelliest, you have to buy beer for everyone the next week. And if you get sexiest and trashiest.
Does anyone really think in this room that they had a sexy losing of their
I
virginity?
did.
It's possible.
I'm gonna go and say
I did
it's
not.
true.
I did not.
But
I'd love to do it again.
I mean, I did have a great time, but it was not sexy.
I'm gonna get.
A sexy taking of the virginity. That's the
No. Well, why don't we start with
dressed
you?
up like
sir?
a vampire. If that.
And also, if you've taken somebody's virginity, I want to hear about it as well.
You don't want to hear that one.
The only interesting thing about my virginity story is the girl I lost it to later, when I tried to break up with her, pretended to have cancer. So that's
She pretended to have cancer.
She had an eating disorder. She was very messed up. We found out later that she had. She was just pretending that she had cancer for a while.
Why'd you let that one go?
Yeah, I know. I should have stuck with it.
Did you
It was
fuck
like
her
a-
because you felt bad? she
Yeah,
had
it
cancer?
was like a walk to remember, but she was just a huge
That's
lying
awesome.
bitch.
Good for her.
It was great.
Not
Yeah,
to everyone
She
else,
got-
but to lose your virginity, it's fun.
This is what
The first person that you had sex with, you thought had cancer
was
and was
lying
about to die.
Yes, I thought she was gonna die.
Afterwards, though, you didn't think.
No. It was before. It was before.
ego on you, Dan. The
ego
ego on you.
I thought she was gonna die, and I was like, "This is fine," and we
we
had
like, I
sex.
can be as
I mean,
bad as I want
Was
to
it
be.
her
'cause you-
first time as well?
No, absolutely not. No.
That's
She's
she
a
got
cancer, fake
yeah.
cancer liar.
Yeah, she's a liar. She's a liar, but maybe she fucked some people.
Liars fuck a lot.
But the real story is that
right.
I went to my parents were in the room right next door. And it was like 2.5 minutes, and I was just looking at the door the whole time, just like my parents are definitely gonna come in, and like every sound, it was like being high the first time. You were just like, I'm fucking, but it's just I'm worried about everything else. I fuck when I'm high all the time. That's what I'm
Well, yeah, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah. I usually fuck when I'm awake too.
Holden, what do you got?
Always high.
Her name was Rihanna. She was
that's
she was a
She's a
dancer.
better black
Yeah,
woman.
right.
Yeah. No, she was white. Dancer.
She was white and her name was Rihanna?
Yeah, I don't know why. And
that crazy pussy.
that's the thing. She had snapper pussy. Exactly, yeah. I was like, am I spanking you or are you spanking me? She's like, it's my pussy. So yeah, she was a dancer. It was really lame. It was a second date. It was impromptu. I remember that. So I was sitting. I invited her over to watch a Bonnaroo DVD, which I know is so lame. Yeah, it's so douchey. And we were drinking wine, and we're on my couch. I lived in my own place back then. This was
How old
sophomore
were you?
year of college.
What? I forgot to mention, we should do ages. I was 14 years old. I was 14 years old. The girl was 16.
Oh, you're a champion.
So I just wanted to brag about that.
Hell yeah.
Especially on my 19.
Get one more in on that bragging.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, I fucked a 16-year-old. No, I was younger.
Yeah, 19. Way too old. And we start making out, gets hot and heavy, and she pushes me back, and like she's like staring at me wide-eyed, and she's like, I want you to make love to me. And I was just like,
Oh, God.
she was nuts. She was crazy. She had just broken up with this guy who wanted to beat the fuck out of me. You know, like he already knew about me. He was like cruising for
Is
me.
this the Rihanna story?
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. Was it Chris Brown that she broke
Was she
up
once
with?
white and then she became black?
She's light skinned.
She's pretty light skinned.
That's true. It could have been her. Anyways, yeah, so we moved into the bedroom. I was very hesitant. I was like, oh, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. And then we fucked, and Marcus also has this situation. Did not actually come, though.
Yeah.
Thought I did, because I didn't know what was going on.
What? Wow.
I had no idea. Because it was just crazy. Everything was happening.
How didn't you come, but you felt like you did?
I thought I did, but I don't think I actually did.
Well, then you definitely didn't.
Well, maybe I didn't.
How didn't you come and thought you did?
I don't know. It happened.
Oh,
That's weird.
Insane. This has been going on, Kevin. This can go back and forth. How could you not? But I don't know. But
I mean, it's ridiculous. The male orgasm is a relatively obvious
Yeah, but it's
event.
such a surprising thing.
Yeah,
that
I
you're
was
just like,
didn't know what was
oh.
going on. It was all new.
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
and anyways, the next time we went out, I told her I came clean, and she didn't talk to me after that. She freaked out when I told her that it was my virginity she took.
She stole it from you, it sounds like.
In a way.
You never tell them.
Anyway,
I know, I
Cal,
shouldn't have told
when
her.
did you lose that sweet fucking virginity of yours?
I was the same age as Holden, man. I was 19.
Hell
dude.
yeah, dude.
That's fucking how we do that shit. But, I mean, it's
Yeah,
not
don't
really...
try to make that sound cool.
It is cool, though. You know why? Because for the 18 years
19
previously,
isn't that bad.
I had a strong relationship with my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Throw him down the toilet.
I was just about to ask, like, what you did. I don't even know. Like,
Yeah, I
I
was,
know
like,
a girl
really
who
religious for a
a
while.
girl lost her virginity at like 22, who I know, and I was just like, what did you do from like 14 to now?
I sang a lot in praise and worship, and I played musical
He is
instruments.
such a good boy.
So tell me, how does Saxophone for Jesus sound like?
How does it sound
Not
like?
as
So
sexy.
you want me to sing it or something? I'm not doing that, man. That's not happening at all.
Sounds like
But-
John Coltrane, bro.
Not really, man. It was fucking. I played around a lot of white people. Look, I mean, it's not that crazy. It was basically like there was this girl who I was trying to holler at, and she was like Peruvian or something. She was like fine as shit. I'm like, oh yeah, man, I'm gonna try and get this, get that. And then her roommate was like hanging out and shit, and I didn't really talk to her roommate much. And then one day she was like, the girl who I was trying to talk to was out of town. And then the roommate just hit me up on AOL Instant Messenger.
Oh, yeah.
And was like,
Look at you.
and she was like, hey, my roommate's gone. You want to come hang out? And I was like, all right, fuck it. And then I went over there and did that with her and never got with the other girl who I wanted to originally. But
Did she put the moves on you?
Oh, yeah, totally. She was like, yeah, just come over and fuck me. And I was like, all right. And I did that.
I love when it's that easy.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's perfect. It's a wonderful time.
But it was weird that she did it that way because that was her virginity too.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, and I
Mutual
barely
virginity.
She was ready. She was just like, get it.
That
over
was
with.
where I was at when it happened. I was like, all right, fucking fine. Get
That's
this done. I'm just sick
Very
of
rare that you meet two people like that, mutual virginity. Very interesting
Ben
stuff.
Kissel.
I
What do you
fucked
got,
this
Benny?
chick, man. My older brother was an RA, okay, and he's a raging homosexual. And I used to put pictures. He was an RA at UW Stout. It was a senior year. It was my senior year of high school, and I went over there. I drove my Thunderbird over to UW Stout. There's a wonderful
talking about
car.
Grease?
No.
Okay.
And I was cruising down the streets and I was drinking, and it was fun. And so I get to the dorm and I meet this chick. She was another RA. She was 26 and I was 18. And she was
Damn.
good friends with my brother. And I had just finished playing a prank on my brother where I put gay porn in his computer, thinking, oh, that's funny. Like, he's going to be all upset about it. Turns out he's gay. And so he went. I did not know that when I was 18.
You did it!
He did.
You did it!
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. He came out. When I was
What if
22,
that
I
was the
18.
moment though? Like he saw
Right.
the porn on his computer, was
Because
like, this is great.
I said his screensaver to a dude blowing another dude, and then I just like put all of these things on his computer.
Did he give you like an extra big hug at the next holiday?
He just didn't think it was funny, which I thought was weird. But anyway, so then there was her name was her name is Morgan, and then so she was 26 and I was 18 at the time. She was an RA on the 3rd floor of this dorm, and then so I was like, I really like you. She was short and she was fat and she had big tits, and then I was tall and I was a little bit
Were you
slender.
tall?
I was tall, yeah. And I have a big old cock, and so
That has changed since.
no.
That
I
is-
got a
yeah,
little bit
definitely.
fatter.
That is shriveled.
But anyway, so I was like talking to her, and she knew I was Eric's younger brother and stuff, and I was like charming and making jokes and stuff. And then she brought me up to her dorm room, And then so she was like, let's do this. So then I took off all of her clothes, and then I saw her big fat titties and stuff. And then I took off her pants, and then she had toilet paper in her pussy. And I thought that was kind of funny. So I plucked out the toilet paper in her pussy. And
really took your time with this, huh?
Absolutely. I absolutely did. And then so I remember it really well. And so I took on all the toilet paper in her pussy, and I just kind of like put it aside. So and then I ate her pussy for like 50 minutes. And then she came like tons, right? Because I was like so insecure about fucking somebody. I was like, I better just like make her not have a terrible time, right? Mm-hmm. And then so then I finally got to fuck her, and then it came all over her tits. And then afterwards, she said, "Oh, that was amazing. I thought you were one of the best I ever had."
Are you sure this wasn't just like a sex
Dan, don't interrupt.
you had a while ago?
No, this is true. I was good. I was good once. I was good once.
I mean, really, like right now, Ben is in the running for sexiest.
I'm telling you, I was good. I was good at fucking
toilet paper.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the truth.
That's why he also might win trashiest. That's the problem.
It's like a nice little detail.
Anyway. So she was like, that was one of the best I ever had, and I said, well, you were my first, and then she was like, what? Are you and then she got all upset, and I was like, I didn't mention the toilet paper. But anyway, it was a wonderful time, and it lasted hours, and she was like, I can't believe you didn't come quicker, and I was like, well, that's why I chose a fatty. So anyway, it doesn't matter. But
all right, there you go, sexiest trash.
Ended exactly the way you expect Ben to end this for a
No, I mean it's nice. I mean that's why you choose one it wasn't intimidating, She was great. I loved her. And she has a kid now.
All right, ladies, what do you got?
All right, what do you got, Amber?
Oh, jeez. His name was Michael Tozan. He's some sort of politician's son in Louisiana. I don't know what sort of politician, but, real big dick, giant, like the size of a, what do you call it?
Kielbasa?
A tennis racket handle.
Oh,
I mean, it was like that.
Like tennis ball on the end and then thin and wooden on the
Yeah, yeah, that fucking girth. It was huge. I didn't bleed, but it did hurt the next day. I couldn't really walk around. But I was staying in somebody. No, I was staying in somebody's house. They were living in this old renovated brothel from like the early 1900s in Louisiana, and
that is hot.
You had sex at your first time was at a brothel.
Yeah,
that is great.
Well, Ben, you may have just lost.
And they would like crazy shit would happen. Like sometimes a drawer would just pop open, or
full
like
of cash.
A haunted brothel.
Or like a door would lock, and I was like there by myself, And so I slept with this guy, and then he left immediately, and I was heartbroken. They're like, why did he leave me? And then my friend who was staying there, he came back the very next day. I had been there for months by myself. He came back the next day, and I said, he said, wait, these sheets look different, or there's like a wet spot on it or something. I said, oh, I lost my virginity there last night. He was a gay man. We were best friends, and I wanted him to comfort me. And I was like, please hold me, because he left and broke my heart. And he said he just kind of took the sheets off the bed, threw them in the wash, and then slept on the floor.
That's amazing. Good job.
Oh, that's great.
I'm thinking, I can't believe that we didn't make saddest.
Yeah.
That's up there. Most
I mean, it's not too late. I mean,
It might be the saddest and sexiest. That's kind of crazy. So, Jackie, what do you got?
I feel like I don't even want to go after that one. My losing my virginity story is, I guess, probably gonna win lamest. I was 16 and I was doing ecstasy, like I did a lot of when I was 16.
So far, it's not that late.
It's kicking into high gear right now.
Well, this was the first of multiple gay men that I slept with.
Right.
And so I lost my virginity to my good friend who was homosexual. And I was like, it's going to be fine, because we walked into his room. His parents were out of town.
Did you know he was gay?
Though, at the time.
What?
You didn't know he was gay?
No, but I always figured, because I'd known him for a really long time. Okay. And I was like, so I walked into his room, and since we were like peaking hard, he just started like masturbating. And I was just like, well, while you're at it, why don't we just have sex? He's like, okay, yeah. So we start making out, immediately loses his heart on. And I was like, all right. I was like, well, it's fine. I was like, why don't we just get going and yeah, it'll come back. Yeah, it's gonna come back. So I like shoved his deflated penis like inside of my vagina. I like basically like folded it inside of me because I thought, I was like, it'll get hard once it's inside, right? And it like got a little hard, broke through the rest of my hymen that tampons didn't do, so I started to bleed. He got weirded out, lost his hard on again, and I was like, okay, I was like, just keep going. And so we just like sat there as he like tried to get hard again and again.
Well,
and
ecstasy doesn't really help with getting hard,
No,
especially when you're not interested in the person on your cock.
Yeah, he was masturbating earlier though.
yeah,
That's
and
what-
like so it was like
No, you fucking totally ruined it for him. He's like, oh, why is this woman getting in the way of this great fantasy I have about Mr. Higgle?
so eventually I was like, you can just stop. And he's like, no, I got my heart on again. So he just pulled out and he just like came all over my chest.
Wonderful stuff. Well, thank you, Jackie. That was dedicated to Henry Zebrowski.
Lamest and trashiest.
I mean, that's the thing. That was very blue.
That might be lamest.
No, that was.
I thought it was saddest. It was really sad.
Awesomely trashy.
It's sad for you, yeah.
Sad, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think you just might have had a trifecta there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really intense.
All right,
No,
all
it's
right.
the worst story. It's the worst one.
It was amazing.
Ed,
yeah.
where
I
we
love
at?
how both you women had a gay guy involved.
Yeah.
Not bad. No.
Eddie, what do you got?
There's this the chick I was very close with. I was like her dude friend. Her name was Kelly Fiscaldo, and she's real super hot. And she was banging
How
this.
super hot was she?
Oh my god, she looked like a tiny Viking.
All right, yeah, no, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Hitler Youth, a Viking's woman, you know, it's a Viking woman, you know.
A spear wife.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Oh, spear wife.
Yeah, and so she was dating this fucking psychopath who bangs.
And Big Reg or something like that.
It's something like he was ridiculous. He could have beaten the fucking shit out of me. He was the biggest dude in the world, and she was dating this dude, and he banged one of her friends. And so we're talking on the phone. She's all upset about it, you know, and it's late at night because, you know, when you're 16, you talk to girls on the phone all night long because you still like the phone. And, and then she tells me, she's like, I really wish he wasn't the last dude I ever fucked. And I was like, well, you know, you can fuck me. And then so she rollerbladed over to my house.
Sexiest.
She rollerbladed over to my house. I snuck her into my window, which was a lot of fun because I had a great window for sneaking girls into back then. And you could sneak. Yeah, I snuck her into my window, and she's like, "Put on some music." And I was like, "All right." So I put on "Inagata Davida" by Iron Butterfly.
Nice.
And then we start making out. And then she starts like laughing at me because the song's so bad because she hates it so much.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, "Fine."
Did she start laughing at you before or during the drum solo?
Oh no! Get to the drum solo. That's like 13 minutes away. You know, so she can't handle it, you know, and so she's like, all right, change the music, change it. I was like, fine, I'll change the music. And I ended up putting on the worst, Take My Breath Away, the Top Gun song.
Douche.
Well, that's what she requested.
Oh, well, it's perfect.
She knew I had it. Yeah, but then I fucked her. She's so hot.
Yeah,
She
and
was
you
very
literally
hot.
took her breath away when you sat on top of her. And
Yeah,
I can't. And you're like, oh, you're coming. She's like, I can't breathe.
Yeah.
That's great.
And that's it?
My breath.
I mean, that's
away.
about. I'd say
about
that's about it. I mean, she was.
Did you come inside? Or did you come on her?
I came inside of her. She wouldn't let me use a condom.
Wonderful New Jersey woman.
Too young.
Yeah.
She would not let you use
She wouldn't let me. She said it doesn't feel as good.
That's true, but not when you're that young.
Yeah, we were
That's right.
16.
Oh my god, what is she doing now?
I think she's a pharmacist.
She's very successful.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we get to the scoring, I'll tell my own. I was a junior in high school. She was a freshman in college. Her name was Emily.
Ooh.
And she had red hair, long red hair, soccer player.
Fiery.
And she was a friend of an older friend of mine, and she found out that I was a virgin and somehow took it upon herself as a personal mission to take my virginity. And so the night that we had planned on doing it, she went to Texas Tech, and I was kind of going back and forth there. And I was like, all right, this weekend we're going to do it. I'm going to come up. So I came up, and she, that night, went on her period. And she was like, do you still want to do it? I'm like, yes, of course.
Well, there's blood either way.
Yeah, I was like, I want to do it. Of
She
course
didn't
I
know
wanna
how
do
much
it.
blood excited you.
Yeah. And so we started doing it, and before we started doing it, she had turned off all the lights in her dorm room, and except for the television, which had Jerry Springer on, and the music she put on was Sarah McLachlan.
Trash.
That's just as bad as mine.
Yeah. And then in the middle of it, we're getting there. We're going there.
You
we're
lost
using,
your virginity to a lesbian.
We're using maybe. No. She's married now, but who knows? But in the middle of it, she said, "I have to stop. I can smell my own blood."
Jesus, Marcus, this is your fucking story? Are you kidding me?
Does anyone smell a piggy
Was she a horse? Was she a horse? She was not a
Why would she
horse.
say that? Why would you ever say you can smell it and stop it, but why would you ever say it?
That's
It's
what
the
she said.
same way.
It's the long red hair that should tip you off. That's why.
Right. It's literally a shark story. This is how this is the shark. Male shark has fucked a woman who said the exact same thing to him.
And so, like Holden,
In shark.
I didn't come because she refused to go down on me after her bloody pussy had been all over my.
That's
don't
the
know
only
why.
way you can come.
No.
Is if someone's going down on you right after
Let me
you
ask you, now, did you lose your virginity the first time you put your dick in a pussy, or do
Yeah.
you lose your virginity the first time you come?
No. The first time
You
penetration.
have to come.
Penetration.
No, you have to come.
No,
No,
penetration.
penetration.
Then
No,
women,
or
most
have you
women
ever-
won't
okay,
come until they're about 30 years old.
Okay, so let's say you played a game of football. You played for 3 quarters, but you don't play the 4th quarter. Did you play
It's
a
different
full
for
game
men
of
and it's
football?
different
Did you
for
play
women.
football?
Yeah,
You
Yeah, you played a game of
You gotta
football.
play the game.
But you played football.
No, but you did not finish the game. You're not a fucking footballer.
Yeah,
No, you have to come.
As a football player who only played about 4 plays a game, I'm gonna say that I played football, but I never fucking played in the 4th quarter when it mattered.
That's right. You weren't good enough, and that's why you can't.
Still a player
If
on
you
the
don't
team.
come, it's not sex.
No!
Not at all.
Absolutely.
Marcus, I hope this goes into your judgments. I hope
he's
this
out of the
factors
Roundtable
in.
Gentlemen.
So what are you saying here?
All right. Well, I'm gonna
You
say.
disagree with me,
I mean,
Kevin? I mean, I feel like.
But
No,
what
you
about
gotta-
women?
If you don't,
Well, not for
who cares?
dude, it's- cares?
No, if you don't. Eddie, and would you
Flip
say
the
that you
table
fucked a
over.
chick? Do you think that you fucked a chick if you don't come? Well, so you're fucking a chick for 8 hours and you never end up coming. You didn't fuck a chick, right?
I mean, that's true. You did fuck her.
Yeah,
But you
fucked
did,
her.
But
but
if you,
it's not like
if you're like fucking, but you don't come, that's still
You still fucked her.
Wait, you
Well, you
wouldn't
still
count a
fucked her,
girl
you
that
didn't
you're
come.
wasted and you got whiskey dick and you don't come? You wouldn't count that as fucking girl? I bet you would still count that as fucking a girl.
I fucked her. You would say I fucked her the next day.
No, I would not say I fucked her the next
No.
day. The next day,
It'd be
I
all
would say
weird.
that
And be
I
like,
was.
no, I didn't do that. No.
I'm
I
a
didn't do that.
cuddler.
Yeah,
All
exactly.
right, Marcus,
Yeah.
what's going
What
on?
would you say
Marcus
that
said-
was? In your world, what would you say that was? If you like put like
Cuddle.
a limp whiskey
It
stick-
is literally cuddling.
cuddling is cuddling.
I'm telling you the truth. If I fuck a chick and
I'm starting to lean towards men.
and I don't fuck, if I don't come, I will. It counts as cuddling.
Cuddling.
It's like 12 angry
It's close. Cuddling is close quarters contact.
Gentlemen.
Close quarters
I mean, I'm
contact.
torn, man.
Right. Well, it's fine.
It's
You
just
rubbed-
aggressive cuddling. It's
It is,
just,
no, it's not aggressive per se.
You've rubbed your
It's-
genitals. You put your god parts inside of each other.
Yeah, God parts.
You have exposed your raw
no.
penis and you.
penis.
Just
Put it-
because the forecast says it's gonna rain and it doesn't rain, it means it didn't rain. You know, I'm just telling you. And I am telling you, dude.
I understand it, man.
That's what I'm saying. It's supposed to rain. Kevin, the clouds are gray. It's gonna rain. It's a rainy day, but it never rains. It didn't rain.
It's cloudy out.
It's cloudy. That's what I'm talking about.
I figured a chick with my dick.
Right, exactly. We
It's
fingering with the dick.
warm, wet cuddling.
I
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, I can
There's
sort of see.
pre-cum. There's pre-cum.
Well, don't bring it up.
Pre-cum.
I've got a scoring here, so we can
Pre-cum
end
is a
this
myth.
thing.
I've got to get
Yeah,
the
that is
scoring here.
I don't pre-cum when I jerk off.
Exactly.
I do.
That's the best part. Yeah, what's wrong with
That's what gets your dick the wettest.
All right. Marcus, give a score so we can end this whole thing. This is getting too much for me.
What gets your dick the wettest?
Before we get to that, I gotta say, Holden, I've known you for 3 years, and that was the worst face I've ever seen you make when you were like, "It's what gets you the lettuce."
Oh my goodness, so fun though.
All right,
Marcus, do the scores.
all right. Sexiest, despite your fucking awful opinions, Ben.
Don't give it to him.
Yes, thank you.
26-year-old, yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah,
it was
Ben has sexiest. It was very smelliest. I'm gonna have to give it to myself.
All right, good.
Smell my own blood. Yeah,
smell
the
my
blood
blood.
is that
I
smelly.
have to get it.
It
Lamest.
literally stopped because of the smell.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Smelliest. Lamest, Jackie.
Jackie,
Jesus.
definitely.
There were drugs involved.
I'm a close second though.
It's
I
so
like
fucked up that like you were rolling and it's still the lamest.
It's really
Although
sad.
Holden was watching a Bonnaroo DVD.
Yeah.
You've never even been to Bonnaroo.
Pretty lame.
Give it to Holden.
Are you sure?
She was smoking hot though, and it was a good time. Like she did not know
Yeah, he
until I
was
told
tiny.
her
He
that I
was
lost
really
my
small.
virginity. By the way,
And I had 100 pounds on me at the time.
Yeah, trashiest. I gotta give it to the haunted Louisiana brothel.
Amber.
All right.
And saddest, I have to give it to the haunted Louisiana brothel.
Amber wins it all. All right, everybody. That's Jackie Zebrowski, Ed Larson, Holden McNeely, Kevin Barnett. Thank you so much for being
It's
here.
still
Dan,
sex
welcome.
if you don't come.
Dan, plug your book. Plug your book.
Hey, everybody buy How Not to Read, Harnessing the Power of a Literature-Free Life. It's
Too
from-
long of a title.
It's from Penguin!
Great title. If you can't get through the first one, it's a perfect book for you. And Amber Nelson, thank you for being here, Amber.
Thank you. Our God is an awesome God, He reigns. Is this a running?
Yeah.
I
I gotta pee so bad.